What's good, YouTube? I'm getting fed up with PhotoBooth not working right half the time. If PhotoBooth doesn't glitch up or freeze on me or force me to force quit, when there's no sound on the video, it kind of, it takes away the purpose of a good video. Now, if you saw my last video, I went to a friend's house, and on the way to my friend's house, I made a brief little video. There wasn't a whole lot of booze to go around, but I did have one drink. It was Kraken mixed with Coke. That's pretty delicious. But as I mentioned about in my last video, the hospital I was born in has 4 garage doors on the side, and 2 of them individually have their own numbers, and the 2 numbers are 3 and 4, which for me is incredibly ironic, given the whole beauty pageant thing, with that one girl that won it kind of thing. Yeah. In fact, Beethoven, when he was alive, at one point, was producing 3 to 4 symphonies a day just to keep up with the demand for how popular his music had gotten. Now, earlier today, I had recorded a video on PhotoBooth, a whole hour of me just busting out some beautiful vocal covers. And then I went to go click on it to see how the video did being made on PhotoBooth, and literally no sound. I was kind of disappointed, to say the least, YouTube. I'm definitely ready for my inspection today, as it is 3:25 in the morning. Yeah. Ugh, excuse me. So I found out a rather interesting piece of information. Earlier when I went to dinner with my family, after dinner, my dad told me something that my job coach told him. And the thing my dad told me that my job coach told him is that I might be able to get medical marijuana if I talk to some counselors. Which I think that would be cool, for my Asperger's, my cataracts, my depression, and the surgery I had a couple years ago. Those 4 things alone would be enough to qualify me for a medical marijuana card. And if it's definitely an option, then I'm definitely considering it. Because once I get medical marijuana for my disorder, you'll definitely see me smoking it on camera. And I did when my buddy got arrested for possession. The judge he was talking to was telling him that marijuana is going to be legal in Wyoming soon for medical use. So, which would be sweet, considering that Wyoming's broke right now, and every year Wyoming Nights waste $9.15 million a year in taxpayers' money just to combat zero tolerance state laws. Now, if I were to talk to Wyoming lawmakers who are primarily Republican and be like, look, if you people were to just legalize pot in Wyoming, you'd start off by saving $9.15 million a year. That, on top of marijuana sales, would make Wyoming a very, very rich state. You talk to any government official, really, and this is my 2 cents, and this right here, what I'm about to say is my message to the United States government. You people love money, okay? It's no secret that the United States government loves money. And yet they are keeping marijuana illegal, which is literally the stupidest thing on the planet, because if the government loves money and the government finds out that American citizens spent $53.3 billion last year on cannabis sales alone, you think a little light bulb would pop right above the United States government's head, like, ding! And they're like, well, shit. The United States is broke, the economy sucks, people don't have jobs. All of a sudden that light bulb above their head goes, ding! Wait a second, if we legalize pot, we could balance out the United States economy and make a shit ton of money and help heal a bunch of people and let people use natural medicine while we're at it. Oh shit, you know. Here's the thing, Slick. As it sits right now, YouTube, there are some states in the United States of America where if you get caught with one marijuana cigarette, you will get more prison time than if you got caught raping a woman. I'm not bullshitting you. That's how fucking backwards this country is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's ridiculous when you get caught raping a woman and that's less prison time than a minor pot possession. Like, seriously? It's bad enough that we're throwing our veterans in prison who are smoking it for their PTSD, which they got fighting for your freedom, just so you can throw them in prison. It's disgusting. The fucking marijuana laws in this country are so backwards, it's not even funny. Man, there's this one story in the news that flat out just pissed me off. This rich kid steals liquor from a Walmart liquor store, gets drunk, kills 4 people while drinking and driving. And his lawyer says, well, he has affluenza because he grew up in a privileged life. He doesn't know the consequences of his actions, or some bullshit like that. And because this kid has rich-ass fucking parents, he gets away with killing 4 people while drinking and driving. And do they slap him with a life sentence? Fuck no. They give him probation, and that's it. And he violated his probation several times. Basically a slap on the wrist, right? Well, in the same town in Texas where this happened, the very same goddamn city where this kid robbed a liquor store, went drinking and driving and killed 4 people while doing it. The very same city where this happened, they caught some poor schmuck making pot brownies and selling them. And because this kid doesn't have rich-ass parents, guess what happens, YouTube? They gave him life in prison for selling and making pot brownies. Where's the fucking justice in that, man? Holy shit. I'm sorry, but why is the United States government, sincerely, why is the United States government so goddamn concerned if people are using pot or not? Especially when the government grows it and uses it themselves. Did you know there are 4 people in the United States of America that can legally smoke pot anywhere in the country despite the federal ban? And the reason for that is because the United States government provides 4 people with medical marijuana because their condition is that bad. And did you also know that if you're a medical student and you want to do research on medical marijuana, you can apply to get some weed from the government for medical research? Oh yeah, didn't know that, did you? Man, just thought I'd share that little interesting tidbit with you. So the United States government basically says you can't smoke pot, you can't grow it, you can't do research on it. Yet, if you can apply to get marijuana from the government for medical research, then clearly the government's growing it. You know. I mean, it's so goddamn frustrating when this very same authority that tells you one thing and then does it behind your fucking back and arrests everybody else for it, you know. That's no different than a cop smoking pot and then arresting everybody else for it, you know. It's just, it's so crooked, it pisses me off. And I can't do a goddamn thing about it except bitch about it. The only thing I can do is bitch about how unfair it is, really. You know. And not everybody in the 1% is a snobby rich asshole that abuses the law with their money. There are a couple of good people who are a part of the 1%, you know what I'm saying? But it's so goddamn frustrating when the fucking 1% uses their money to basically get away with murder and the rest of us can just kiss their rich ass. You know? It's so disgusting, man. When people who are super fucking rich are using their money to break the rules and to break the laws that society has put into place, that if any other poor schmuck that wasn't the 1% would break, they'd get in trouble for automatically. No ifs, ands, or buts. And it's so stupid that people can get away with shit like that, you know? Now, going back to what I said on my last video, when I said the number combination 3 and 4 is everywhere, it's even in the time which we read, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning or 3 or 4 o'clock at night. You get 3:34 in the morning or at night, 4:34 or 4:44 in the morning or at night. So it's even, those numbers are even in the time that we tell. Yeah. It's no secret that the United States government loves money. And the sooner they figure out that marijuana can make them, yeah, I'm talking to you, United States government. You guys and gals in the United States government love to make money. Marijuana can make you guys and gals a shit ton of money. $53.3 billion, and that was just with the states that are legal for medical and or recreational use. That doesn't include the entire goddamn country. So you can only imagine how much money you could potentially make if the entire fucking country was legal. Now, this is just me, but if I was the president of the goddamn United States of fucking America, you know what I'd do? First two things I would do in office, I would fix the drinking water in this country, and I would legalize pot. Now, there are some government officials who say, well, it would cost millions of dollars to fix all the pipes. We can't afford to do that. Really? You can't afford to fix the drinking water that Americans deserve, but you can gladly spend billions upon billions upon billions of dollars on an unnecessary war on terror, which is really a cover-up, because what you're really doing is fighting a war over oil. You can spend billions upon billions of dollars fighting a war over oil, but you can't spend that kind of money to fix our drinking water? Wait a second. And you wonder why the government approval rating is at 4% right now, if it's still that high. Now, Donald Trump's tiny hands have been handed a big responsibility, and the first 2 weeks he's in office, what does he do? He's more focused on his stupid reality TV show, The Apprentice. Are you fucking kidding me? Now, when Donald Trump took office, I wasn't happy about it. I said to myself, I'll keep an optimistic mind. I wanted and still want Donald Trump to be a good president. Wanting Donald Trump to fail is like wanting the pilot of the plane to crash. Really, And Donald Trump's a businessman through and through. Legalizing pot would put so much money in the government's back pocket you don't even know. Now, the United States government makes a shit ton of money off of alcohol and tobacco alone. And if you added marijuana to that equation, holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. Come on, government. You guys and gals would be filthy stinking rich if you legalize pot. And how many government officials have come out and admitted to trying pot? Barack Obama, for instance. Oh yes, I inhaled frequently as a kid, but I view it as a bad habit like tobacco and alcohol. Pfft. What the fuck ever. Okay, at least Obama was honest about it, And truth be told, YouTube, I have a lot of respect for former President Barack Obama. Was he perfect? No. But here's the thing, YouTube. Barack Obama got handed the fucking mess that George Bush Jr. made. And he almost had it cleaned up. But then he had to fucking leave office. Oh. I didn't always agree with everything Barack Obama did, but he was a hell of a good president. And he got a lot of shit talked about him because he was half black. And it's like, dude, fucking, this is bullshit, man. It's 2017. You think that people will just grow the fuck up, Who gives a shit what color someone's skin is? Because at the end of the fucking day, every human still bleeds the same color of blood, which is red. So, let that sink in. We may come from different backgrounds, different ethnicities, different religions, different creeds, but at the end of the fucking day, we're all still human. We all struggle with life, and some of our struggles are going to be more severe than others. But if you hear somebody bitching about their struggles and then someone else chimes in, oh, you don't know the half of it, you don't know what I've been through, just shut the fuck up with that shit. You start comparing sob stories, like, really, just shut the fuck up with that shit. Everyone's got a story to tell. Everyone's got fucking problems. It's called life. I try to get a couple hours of sleep, and then when I wake up, I want to shower before my inspection ever takes place, just so I can avoid that problem again. You know, when my older female landlord came in to do an inspection one time, to make sure I was keeping the apartment clean, she came in, and I have nothing but a towel on. She basically caught me getting out of the fucking shower. And when it happens the first time, I'm like, you know, accidents happen, but it happened like 2 more times after that. And I'm like, whoa. And did she leave the apartment so I could change? Not really, no. I had to walk over to my walk-in closet and close the fucking door so I could have some privacy. And it's like, bro, come on, you know. But yeah, when it happens the first time, it's like, okay, accidents happen. When it happens 2 to 3 times after that, like, really, you know, come on now. Now, I'm not going to press charges because I don't think that's necessary. But I have that up my sleeve if I have to use it. Not saying I'm going to, but, you know, I don't want to make my landlord's life difficult by any means. Really. I want to make her job as easy as humanly possible, you know. When she's got 400 apartments individual apartments to manage, you know, that's a lot of renters to deal with and shit, you know. So, making her job a little bit easier makes, you know, my life easier, really. I mean, if the government truly watches everything that we do, and they see this video, they might literally fucking facepalm themselves like, oh, why didn't we legalize it sooner? I mean, it just shows you what a huge knucklehead Donald Trump is. You know, it's like I said on my political rants video that I made. During his campaign, Donald Trump talked about how he's going to fix the economy. We're going to create a whole bunch of jobs. It's going to be great. And the one thing that would fix the economy and create so many jobs in this country would be to legalize marijuana. And what does he do? Him and his fucking cronies like Mitch McConnell are fighting it. Are you fucking stupid? Donald Trump loves money. Loves it. Brags about how much he's supposedly worth. Do you think when Donald Trump finds out that Americans spent $53.3 billion on cannabis last year, that might get the gears in his tiny little fucking brain turning? You know, I tried to give Donald Trump the benefit of the doubt when he took office, but right now I despise Donald Trump. Yeah, I was going to vote for Trump, but at the last minute, I voted for Gary Johnson because he was the most pro-pot candidate we had. But it was a third-party vote, so I might as well have voted for my ass, you know what I'm saying? And right now, other countries are laughing at us, YouTube. Other countries are laughing at the United States of America right now because of the fucking idiot we elected into office. Now, Mr. Trump, I'm not wishing ill on you or any of your family members, but your so-called tough on pot stance. What if your wife got breast cancer and the only way she could survive was to smoke marijuana? Would you be tough on it then? I highly doubt that. What the hell is he doing with this thing? Well, you're about to find out. Let's see. YouTube. Now, assuming we can get sound on this video, I'll do one song on my phone for you on YouTube right now. And I'm a metalhead, obviously, but I can sing country. If you don't believe me, check this out. I'm going to sing Alyssa Lies by Jason Michelle Carroll. I don't really believe in God or any of that bullshit, but for the sake of the song, I'll sing it right. As soon as the ad's over. Here we go, YouTube. My little girl met a new friend just the other day on the playground at school, between the tires and the swings. She came home with tear-filled eyes, and she said to me, "Daddy, Alyssa lies." Well, I just brushed it off at first, 'cause I didn't know how much my little girl had been hurt. Oh, the things she had seen. Wasn't ready when I said, "You can tell me." And she said, "Alyssa lies to the classroom. Alyssa lies every day at school. Alyssa lies to the teachers as she tries to cover every bruise." My little girl laid her head down that night to go to sleep. As I stepped out the room, I heard her say a prayer so soft and sweet. God bless my mom and my dad, and my new friend Alyssa. You know she needs you bad, because Alyssa lies to the classroom. Alyssa lies every day at school. Alyssa lies to the teachers as she tries to cover every bruise. I have the worst night of sleep in years. has tried to think of a way to calm her fears. I knew just what it was I had to do. When I got to school on Monday, I heard the news. My little girl asked me why everybody looks so sad. Lump in my throat grew bigger every question that she asked. Never felt the tears run down my face. And I told her that Alyssa wouldn't be at school today. She doesn't lie in the classroom, doesn't lie anymore at school. Alyssa lies with Jesus, because there's nothing anyone would do. Tears filled eyes when my little girl asks me why. Alyssa lied. Daddy, tell me why. Alyssa lies. How's that for singing some country, YouTube? Oh, look at that! It sounded just like Jason Michelle Carroll. How did he do that? 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 He sounded just like Jason Michelle Carroll when he sang. How did he do that? Now, if we're lucky, marijuana might get legalized in this country in the next 2.5 years, which means I'll be like 27, 28 by the time they legalize it. And really, I don't want to have to fucking wait that long. That would totally suck, man. But some things are worth the wait, YouTube. You know, some things are truly worth the wait. But sooner than ever would be better, really. You know, the sooner the United States government pulls their heads out of their hypocritical asses and legalizes pot, the sooner they can start making money, and the sooner they can start fixing this goddamn country. But hey, YouTube, that's just my fucking opinion. Damn, Danielle. My fingernails need clipped. I should have done that as soon as I got home, but I was like, fuck it. Get my pajamas on, take a piss, make a YouTube video. Not necessarily in that order. I'm applying for jobs, especially got to keep them nails trimmed and clean, man. Also, keeping my nails trimmed makes playing the guitar a lot easier. If your nails get too long, they can actually obstruct the strings on your guitar when you're trying to play. It can make your chord progressions sound off. I mean, some people can play guitar with longer fingernails. I am not one of those people. That's just one of many reasons why I keep my nails trimmed. Also good to keep your nails trimmed, especially if you're fingering a chick in her vagina. You don't want sharp-ass fucking nails poking her on the inside. That's just not good for you, and it's especially not good for her. What's a good reason to keep your fucking pubes shaved? Well, the reason why I shave my crotch completely void of any hair down there is because it prevents ball sweat, for one, and two, if a girl's giving me head, you know, the least I could do is keep my shit shaved down there so she's not gagging on hair when she's trying to suck my dick. You know what I'm saying, YouTube? You know what yeah, you know what I'm saying. In fact, the best way to eliminate sweat down there altogether, and you're still going to sweat, but keeping your crotch void of any pubes, basically, can also prevent the smell of crotch sweat from building up. Because it happens, especially when you're working out, you know, your body sweats, and, yeah. Then I can take my nail file and just go through real quick and clean up my nails real quick. Oop. Oop. Shit. I actually think I sang that Jason Michelle Carroll song quite beautifully. But that's just my opinion. And my opinion doesn't matter much. There we go. Those are some good looking nails. That's how you do it. Alright, alright. I actually took my cigarette magic trick video and made it the intro to my channel. And then when there was no sound on that one, I took that as an opportunity to add some badass music to it, and it worked out pretty cool. But then after that, I went to go record a vocal cover video, and literally no sound recorded on photo booth. And I'm like, man, that's bollocks. That sucks. And a friend of mine called me and sent me a text after that, and he's like, hey man, you want to come drink some Kraken with us? I'm like, I'm down, you know. But I had a couple things to do before going to my friend's house. I had to clean my toilet, I had to mop the kitchen floor and the bathroom floor, make sure the sink looked good, So yeah, I'm definitely confident I'll pass my inspection with no problem. You know what I'm saying? Because even though I'm a bachelor, yeah, I keep the place clean. You know. Hmm. A friend of mine that I was hanging out with tonight, he tried to kill himself yesterday, and my other friend was there to stop him, thankfully. YouTube, I've had my share of suicidal depression, but, I remind myself of a podcast I listened to. Danny Filth, the lead singer of Cradle of Filth, as advertised on my band t-shirt. The lead singer of Cradle of Filth, Danny Filth, he was on this podcast, and he was talking with this podcaster about music influencing people to do stupid things. And the podcaster asked Danny Filth, he goes, "Do you think music influences people to commit murder and suicide and all that bullshit?" And Danny Filth's like, "No, that's a little forced crap." Well, then the interviewer asked Danny Filth, "What would you tell somebody if they were going to kill themselves?" And Danny Filth said, and I quote, "You shouldn't do it. You'll never know what you'll miss out on in life. A warm winter's day or eating a hot dog." And I think of those words every time I think about suicide. And no matter how sucky life may get for me, I know that it's eventually going to get better. And that's all I really can do, is to look at it from a realistic standpoint, is that life sucks for everybody. You know, even if you're filthy stinking rich, it doesn't matter. Life sucks for everybody. Well, I don't want to keep you too long. I don't want to keep you too long on this video. We're already at like 44 minutes. I can't think of a title, so I'll call it Night Video. If I could think of a title, I would have called it something else, but that works. It's still a video, right? Until then, this is King Cobra JFS with another video. Thank you for watching. And I'll catch you all later.